Right, so I've got the back plates in, and as you can see, the arm and gun are posable now, so I can hold them up in the air like that and put them in any posture I like now. If I want to just exhibit it without a operator, and I'm just quite chuffed because the back plates were just pieces of plastic from B&Q. So just using one of these garden pot plant holder things, and I think that only cost £1. Yeah, it wasn't very much. It was like £1, and just basically chopping that up and putting that on the inside in two parts like that, and it looks like it was almost made to fit. I'm very chuffed with that. So not bad for £1. Whether it's going to last is another question, because who knows? But it's only held in with 2 bolts, so 1 bolt per aperture, and it seems to be working quite well. There's no obvious stress on anything, so it looks like it's going to work. So probably needs some felt. Some people say recommend putting felt around the rims of the Dalek holes where the ball joints go. That helps to stop your pivot balls scratching and the paint coming off and whatever, stuff like that. So I might invest in some of that. I'll probably will reinforce these panels with maybe fiberglass or some of that thin metal which I used on to hold up the hemispheres. But generally, it's looking pretty good. I was going to have these hinged, but actually, I can't actually get the appendages in if they're hinged, so the whole thing has to come out, unfortunately. But that's not the end of the world. It just would have been quite cool to have them hinged. Although, if I'm gonna, it depends how I'm gonna do this. I mean, it depends if I'm gonna have the if I'm just going to keep the pivot balls in and just have a release mechanism to take the whole gun and take the whole arm out and leave the balls in place. But for the moment, that is working. So it's just like the most basic thing in the world, and it does the trick. And you can, as an operator, that's all you need. So the gun's looking pretty cool. There's the blaster, and haven't finished the arm yet, as you can see. So I still need to work on that. But yeah, that whole module with its back plates is kind of a done job now. So I'm pretty chuffed. That is working quite nicely, and it's only held in with 2 screws, which I'm very impressed with, because I thought I'd need like 4 bolts on each appendage. A lot of builders end up putting 4 bolts on just to, hold the whole thing on with a bolt in each corner. But I've actually just pretty much gone the Shawcraft. What they originally did was these tiny little screws. Tiny screws, you can hardly see them. There's one there, and that's just holding in this whole mechanism, just with that tiny, just with 1 screw. The other one, because of the thickness of the wood, isn't doing anything. That's just a dud screw. It's really just there for show now, but it's not actually doing anything, and it's just gonna, it's just a dud. Which is unfortunate, but like I say, it doesn't even need it. It's actually just the 1 screw is holding in the gun and the arm pretty well. Yeah, quite impressed with that. So just goes to show you that all those years ago, back in 1963, they just, I don't know, they really built these babies, didn't they? They really put them well together, and with minimal gear, and a lot of builders I've seen since have ended up putting really big bolts in to hold on the arms and gun, and it all looks a bit too much. And you know, with the bolts and the rivets, you just want to make them fairly discreet, so they're not obviously bolts and rivets. But yeah, that's looking pretty cool. And yeah, it's all coming together. So yeah, just gonna carry on another day and do something else.